Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about the disco age. You have to realize I'm a survivor of the excesses of 1970s disco. I was a teenage bouncer at a teenage discotheque called Mavericks in San Ramon, California in 1979. The final stages of disco before its extinction. But you got to realize I struggled, listening to this music every night. I mean, some of it was okay, but Casey and the Sunshine Band was pretty abusive. The outfits were abusive. The angel flights and the puka shells, the gold chains, the silver sequin jumpsuits. The Bee Gees were probably the #1 disco band. I actually like a lot of their music. Fanny Be Tender is one of the greatest songs of all time. How Deep Is Your Love? How Do You Mend a Broken Heart is actually too melancholy for me. I go into a deep depression when I hear that, so I can't listen to that. But I did survive the 70s, and I was a student of older men who devoted their lives to the art of picking up on women. I thought that was the ultimate in life. As a young 14-year-old, 15-year-old, I thought that hitting on women was the ultimate art, the ultimate craft, because that's what was fed to me in the disco age. I was at the beach when I was about 15 years old. This would be about 1976, 77. I saw a playboy, with the non-ironic mustache, Speedo briefs, playboy, playmate cooler. He met two attractive girls. They're in their bikinis. He's in his Speedo briefs. They're throwing a frisbee on the grassy knoll above the beach. When he stepped on a bee, the bee didn't like it. The bee stung him. And he started to sweat, he started to perspire, he started to look really sick, he looked pale. And the girls noticed this. They wanted to go, "You want to stop? You want to address the situation? You've been stung by a bee." No. And the situation got worse. He just looked worse and worse and worse. His foot was growing like a club until finally he collapsed on the grass. And the dude was so stubborn about maintaining his ego, his masculinity, that I think he was willing to risk his life. I don't know what happened to the guy. But that was the earnest, rakish excess of the disco age. And yachts, and big mustaches, and puka shells. And so I was blown away in the early 1980s by this huge boom in comedy. I mean, not to mention David Letterman comes out onto the stage completely deadpan, just looks at the camera, and is sarcastic, self-deprecating, ironic. He's like the opposite of the disco age. And so where I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area, there was this boom in comedy. I mean, the local PBS station played comedy shows, every night, it seemed like. And before I would do my 11 to 3 a.m. shift, worked from 11 at night till 3 in the morning at the Oakland Airport for the United Parcel Service as I was going to college. I would watch the comedians, and there were so many of them, and I think they were a reaction to the disco age. They wanted to deflate fraud and pretentiousness. And there was this one comedian I liked, Bob Sarlatte, local comedian. I don't think he made it nationally, but he did some work for the San Francisco Giants for many decades. I think they forced him into retirement a few years ago. There may even be a lawsuit, one of those unlawful, "I'm an old dude, you fired me unfairly" lawsuits going on. I don't know. But he talked about Ritz crackers, and there was a recipe on Ritz that I had seen all my life for mock apple pie. Because why would you want fresh apple pie when you have the recipe for mock apple pie? What a neat thing. And he made fun of it. He said, "Who are you going to make mock apple pie for? Your mock friends?" And he was so good at taking this lame recipe, beloved for 75 years, probably came out during the Depression, I believe, and probably a tasty pie on its own right. Just don't call it apple pie, dude. But he made fun of it, and he planted the seed in my mind of what the role of a comedian is to mock and ridicule things that people tell us are supposed to be held in high esteem. And that really influences my thinking right now and gives me an idea for a series of YouTube videos on things that are being promoted as fantastic replacements for the real thing, but they go horribly wrong. I'm thinking of Soylent, which is a nutrition drink that's supposed to substitute eating for the rest of your life. You're too busy to eat food, man. Just drink Soylent. I'm thinking of the Sky Mall catalog, where if you don't have a man in your house, just buy Safety Man, this 6-foot dummy who arrives at your house unclothed. You have to clothe him yourself. And now you have a companion. Now when people drive by your house, they can see Safety Man in the window, and they assume you've got a real dude there, man. 6 feet, 180 pounds, you are protected. Some people are putting Safety Man in their car. Now they've got an extra passenger for the diamond lane, and so on. So this is where I think I want to go for some YouTube videos. I've got a dozen of these ideas in mind, these lame replacements. All started with Bob Sarlatte and Mock Apple Pie. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I am out.